Hello to all. So once again, welcome to a particular very important uh, discussion on mesenchymal stem cell, and these are also referred as MSCs. So let me to use the annotation here. So mesenchymal stem cells are no doubt is well investigated, and these mesenchymal stem cells are also called as medicinal signaling stem cells. However, to the beginners, stem cells are a type of the cell that has the power of differentiation that can change from stem cell to the many type of differentiated cells like embryonic stem cell, etc. So the mesenchymal stem cells are a very unique categories. Those are present in the adult body, and there are various therapeutic implications of mesenchymal stem cells have been shown, like anti-proliferative or anti-diabetic and many more things. So today, we are not going to discuss about what are the importance of mesenchymal stem cells. Today, I'm going to discuss about what are the adaptations by mesenchymal stem cells during the chemical-induced stress, or you can say drug-induced stress. Like suppose if I say that mesenchymal stem cells are in the adult human body, so the body is going to be exposed to the drugs and chemicals every day, right? Even in the form of chronic exposure. So during that exposure, how the mesenchymal stem cells are going to adapt the survival mechanisms? There are many propositions are there. Like one of the proposition I would like to discuss today, that is probably the mesenchymal stem cells may develop a mechanism of losing or making expulsion of nucleolus from the nucleus as a part of survival mechanism, right? It is also important to mention here that nucleolus is very small, tiny compartment inside the nucleus where the assembly of ribosomes are facilitated or done. And ribosomes, these are the combination of ribosomal RNA and the ribosomal protein. So that is very interesting. And it is also important to mention here, this nucleolus can also be referred as a hub for cellular operating system. So it is also, again, to be very clear here, the operating system, like in mobile or machine or any computer, operating system in biological cell is nothing that is our ribosomes, right? And if the ribosomes are operating system, then ribosomes are assembled inside the nucleolus. So it is not wrong to say that nucleolus is very important hub of operating system. So the whole story is how this nucleolus is going to be secreted by the mesenchymal stem cell during the drug and cellular or chemical-induced stress, right? So we will have one explanation or the presentation of one of small data, and that will help all of you to understand how the mesenchymal stem cell may go for adaptation in the presence of chemical or the drug. Yeah, here is the point. So to clarify here, so there are two images are there, that images of mesenchymal stem cells, okay? So here, so this photograph is for mesenchymal stem cells are growing in a optimal, healthy growth conditions. And if you look at here, cells are healthy, right? And majority of the cell, if you look at here, like here, the two nucleolus, prominent nucleolus are here, right? Look at okay. And majority, two prominent nucleolus. That is the whole features of mesenchymal stem cells, right? My dear friend, if you look at here, uh, yeah. So this panel, this one is for chemical induced or chemically induced or stressed mesenchymal stem cells. The same stem cell MSC was grown under the presence of chemicals or the drug. And if you look at here, no doubt, definitely the number of cells are reduced in case of this treatment condition. The most important observation of what we carry here, that is, uh, look at here. So can you see the black arrow? So this mesenchymal stem cell, instead of two, there is only one nucleolus is inside the cell and one nucleolus is secreted outside. If you look at here, this one nucleolus is inside the mesenchymal stem cell, one is secreted outside. Look at here, this one nucleolus is inside the mesenchymal stem cell and other is secreted outside. Like this one. So it appears that during the drug-induced stress or chemical-induced stress, mesenchymal stem cells have adopted a mechanism that to lose out one nucleolus from their nucleus as a part of survival mechanism, to be economical in one sense, to be resourceful in another sense. And also what I think, the probability of losing the nucleolus by the mesenchymal stem cell under drug-induced stress could be a way to pave the way for fusion of the mesenchymal stem cell. If you look at here, this one, this model, this one. Here, the two mesenchymal stem cells appears to be fusing together. If they are going to fuse together to share the resources, what I think the most important first step towards the fusion of the mesenchymal stem cell during the stress or drug-induced stress or chemical-induced stress in MSC should be the losing out one nucleolus from each merging cells, right? Suppose one cell and another cell, they are intending to merge together. So their one nucleolus has to be secreted outside so that once they will fuse together, the total number of nucleolus will be remaining the two. Other explanation can be that why the MSCs will be induced to secrete nucleolus outside. It may be also that the nucleolus may have important information that can be shared to the another surviving mesenchymal stem cells, right? Okay, so that is the whole observation. But the things are very clear if you look at here that okay, look at here. So these all the red color ring structure, these are the position of the nucleolus. And if you look at here, the comparison, the healthy versus this healthy or the optimal growth condition MSCs and the chemically induced stress, it's very clear that nucleolus are in the extracellular fluid medium. And it is always also too important to observe one nucleolus is always outside of one mesenchymal stem cell. And it also gave us the very clear idea that probably one nucleolus is secreted by the mesenchymal stem cells as a part of their survival adaptation mechanism. Okay. So, yeah. Now, if you look at here, that was the high, higher objective magnification. Here, if you look at here, the same. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at here, my dear friend, so this is the healthy MSC cell growing under optimal condition. And this one is the MSCs are under chemically induced stress, right? So if you look at here, the huge number of this one, this circle, the blue circle, and this one. So there are a huge number of nucleolus in the extracellular fluid system. And look at here, this very strange observation that the many nucleolus is surrounded by a ring of stem cell. Look at it. This ring of is so it looks that the mesenchymal stem cell under chemically induced stress, really they are logical, Really there is a cellular process. Really there is a cellular phenomenon by which mesenchymal stem cells are doing their efforts to survive the chemically induced stress, right? Okay. So the things will be very clear that nucleolus is secreted by the MSC cell under chemically induced stress. Okay. So now, based on these observations, simple observation, there are few propositions what I would like to extend here. These are, first proposition is whether due to the drug or the chemical induced stress, do MSCs intentionally secrete nucleolus for cellular fusion during stress? Probably yes or probably no. That is the point of investigation. Then second proposition is, do MSCs or even cancer stem cell or cancer cell manage drug-induced stress by managing the hub of this, that's what I say here, hub of operating systems, that is nucleolus. Nucleolus is the hub of operating system where the operating systems are manufactured or generated or assembled. That is in the form of ribosomal RNA and ribosomal protein. And it may be true or it may be false, but it has to be tested. Then the last proposition, that is, so the last proposition, what it may be true, that whether chemical induced stress here, that adaptation mechanism by MSC cell for long period of time, look at here, long period, like, suppose a human body is exposed to the drugs or the chemical for a very long period of time, and the resident mesenchymal stem cells, like you can say oral cavity, like you can say hepatic tissue, like you can say skin, etc. So these mesenchymal stem cells present in the oral cavity or the skin can lead to the cancer stem cell formations, because the fusion of the mesenchymal stem cells in the presence of chemicals or the drug is not going to be favorable for the long period of time. If it is chronic in condition, time to time mesenchymal stem cells will be induced to go for adaptation mechanism by losing out the nucleolus, and then they are going to fuse together. And in that case, what I think, what terminology I can mention here, that is in the form of nucleolus heterogeneity. The mesenchymal stem cell will achieve the nucleolus heterogeneity in terms of their operating system. That means mesenchymal stem cells slowly and slowly will have heterogeneity of operating system. That is nothing, that is in the form of ribosomes. Correct? No? And that may be one of the reasons behind the cancer stem cell formations. I hope that you might have understood, and you all have understood the whole, at least the importance of mesenchymal stem cells, and they're one of the mechanism that is in the form of nucleolus secretion. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope that you will get connected with me in the next discussion.